fireworks display.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the last days of Pompeii?
Oh, yeah, Palisades Park. That's where we met.
Yes. And we can have this. I'm just thinking of doing a full hour fireworks display.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, the red fire is the flag, huh?
Yeah. And the Tsar and the Cossacks, the Russian Revolution. Hello, Grandpa.
Well, sir, you should have been there. Now, that's all I can say. You should have been there.
Wasn't it nice commencement service, Grandpa?
Oh, it was wonderful. Well, they get better every year. If you don't know how lucky you are, you're snakes.
Was it a big class this year, Grandpa? How many were there?
Oh, about 2 acres. Everybody graduated. Much funnier speeches than last year, too.
You want to hear a good speech, you ought to go up and hear Father Divine.
I'll wait, they'll have him at Georgetown.
Mrs. D'Souza made a mighty fine skyrocket today. Why don't they have fireworks for the commencements?
Oh, not loud enough. You take a good commencement orator and he'll drown out a whole carload of fireworks. Say about as much, too.
Did the graduates ever say anything, Grandpa?
Oh, no, they just sit there in cap and nightgown, get their diplomas, and come along about 40 years, they'll stop and they'll say, "Where am I?"
Hello, Grandpa. Have a nice day.
Hello, Grandpa, have a nice day. Don't I even get kissed?
Excuse me, Grandpa.
Well, I'll take an apple, too.
Father?
No, thanks.
I'm going back to the war play, Grandpa.
Did any mail come?
Yes, there was a letter earlier.
Was it for me?
Yeah, it had your name on it.
Where is it?
I don't know. Mother, where's the letter that came for Grandpa? Oh, I don't know.
Who was it from? Did it say?
Yes, it said on the outside.
Well, who was it?
United States government.
Oh, I wonder what they wanted.
God is the state. The state is God.
What's that?
God is the state is God.
Who says that?
Trotsky.
Oh, that's okay. I thought you said it.
That's good. Nice and short.
And so the beautiful princess came into the palace and kissed her mother, and her father, and her grandfather.
Well, hello, darling.
Hello, Grandpa. And what do you know? They turned into the Sycamore family. Surprised? I like that, Alice. Is it new? Oh, yes. I took a walk during my lunch hour. It looks nice and summery.
You've been taking a lot of walks lately. That's the second new dress this week.
Oh, I just like to brighten up the office once in a while. I'm known as the K. Francis of Kirby and Company. Well, what's new around here in the way of plays, ballet dancing, fireworks? Father, I'm sure you've been down in that cellar all day.
Huh?
I'm going back to the war play, Alice.
Really, Mother?
Hidden. My virginity is a priceless thing to me.
Listen, everybody, listen. Now, I'm not home to dinner. A young gentleman is calling for me.
Who is it?
Mr. Anthony Kirby, Jr., the Vice President of Kirby and Company.
The boss's son? Well. Why don't you two stay for dinner?
Oh, no, I want him to take you in easy doses. So please don't make it any worse than you can help. Don't read him any plays, Mother. Please don't let a snake bite him, Grandpa, because I like him. Oh, and Essie, I wouldn't dance for him because we're going to see the Monte Carlo Ballet tonight.
Can't do anything. What is he, President of the United States?
Well, are you going to get married, Alice?
Of course, tonight. Meanwhile, I have to go put on my wedding dress. Oh, dear, what time is it, Mother?
Oh, I don't know. Anybody know what time it is?
Mrs. D'Souza might know.
It was 5 o'clock a couple of hours ago.
I ought to know better than to ask you people. Mother, will you let me know the minute he comes?
Oh, yes, of course.
Yes, but I mean the minute he comes.
Yes, dear.
Well, be sure.
Well, what do you think about that?
She seems happy, if you ask me.
Oh, he must be crazy about her.
She's got it bad.
Yeah, I'll say. Maybe he's the one that's been taking her out every night.
It would explain all the new dresses.
Well, what if they got married? We could do it right here.
Now, Penny, this is the first time he's called for the girl.
Oh, you only called for me once.
But younger people are different nowadays.
Oh, I don't know. Look at Ed and I. He came over for dinner once and just stayed. Anyhow, I think
Well, as long as she likes him.
Oh, well, I guess that's him. Everybody be good and do exactly what Alice said, okay?
Well, let's take a look at the boy.
Oh, do come in. How do you do? Please come in. I'm Penny Sycamore. Oh, this is Mr. Sycamore, Grandpa, Essie, Donald, and Ed. Oh, please make yourself at home and let me take your coat. My card. Wilhelmina C. Henderson, Internal Revenue Department? That's right.
Well, what can we do for you?
Does a Mr. Martin Vanderhoff live here?
Why, yes, that's me.
Well, Mr. Vanderhoff, the government would like to speak to you about a little matter of income tax.
Income tax?
That's right. Mind if I sit down?
No, just go right ahead.
Sycamore. Sycamore.
No, not right now. Grandpa's busy.
Excuse me. Those matches downstairs, they ain't lighting.
Pardon me.
Now, Mr. Vanderhoff, we've sent you several letters about this, but we haven't heard any in reply. I told you they were from the government. Now, according to our records, you have never paid an income tax.
Well, that's right.
Why not?
Don't believe in it.
Well, you own property, don't you?
Yes,
And you receive a yearly income for it
I do.
of between $3,000 and $4,000.
About that.
You've been receiving it for years.
Well, since 1901, if you want the exact date.
Well, the government's only concerned from 1949. That's when income tax started, you know.
Well,
Well, Mr. Vanderhoff, it appears you owe the government 24 years back income tax.
You can't go back that far. That's outlawed.
And what's your name?
What does it matter?
Ever file an income tax return?
No.
What was your income last year?
$28.50, wasn't it, Essie?
Yes, ma'am.
If you please. Now, Mr. Vanderhoff, there's a way of not paying your income.
now let me ask you a question, Miss Henderson.
Well,
Suppose I do pay this income tax. But now, mind you, I'm not saying I will. But for the sake of argument, what's the government going to give me for my money?
what do you mean?
Say I go to Macy's and I buy a coat. Well, I can see it. It's there. What does the government give me?
Well, the government gives you everything. It protects you.
From what?
Well, invasion. Foreigners that might come in here and take everything you've got.
I don't think they're going to want to do that.
If you didn't pay an income tax, they would. How do you think the government pays for the Army, the Navy, all those battleships?
Oh, battleships weren't used since the Spanish-American War. And all we got from that was Cuba. And we gave that back. I wouldn't mind paying if it were something sensible.
Sensible? Well, what about Congress and the Supreme Court and the President? We've got to pay them, don't we?
Not with my money.
Now look here, Mr. Vanderhoff. I didn't come here to argue with you. All I know is that you haven't paid your income tax, and you have to pay it.
Well, they've got to show me.
We don't have to show you. I just told you. All those buildings down in Washington and interstate commerce, the Constitution.
Oh, the Constitution was paid for long ago. And as for interstate commerce, well, what is interstate commerce anyhow?
There are 48 states, see? And if there weren't interstate commerce, there'd be no way for things to go from one state to another. See?
Why not? They got fences.
No, they haven't got fences. They've got laws. My God, I've never came across anything like this before.
Well, I might pay about $75, but that's all it's
You
worth.
pay every cent of it like everyone else.
Play something, Ed.
All right.
And another thing, you'll go to jail if you don't pay. Hear me? There's a law against that, and if you think you're bigger than the law, you've got another thing coming. You'll hear from the United States government. That's all I can say.
Look out for those snakes.
How'd that sound to you folks?
Well, I liked it.
Boy, she was mad, wasn't she?
Oh, it's not her fault. It's just this whole thing is so silly.
She left her briefcase in her coat, too.
Say, What size is that coat?
Medium.
Just right for me.
Say, who was that woman, Grandpa?
Oh, this must be him.
Let's make sure this time.
Hello, are you Mr. Kirby Jr.?
Yes.
Oh, do come in, Mr. Kirby. We've been expecting you. I'm Alice's mother. This is Alice's father. This is Ed and Ashley, Grandpa and Donald. Oh, and this is Mrs. D'Souza. Do come right in and make yourself at home. Mother, is that Mr. Kirby? You take your hat. Oh, yes, it is, darling. And I must say, he's wonderful.
Hardly that. He just testified before the security committee.
Oh, yes, I'm sure there's nothing crooked about it. Alice has often told us what a wonderful man your father is.
Well, father couldn't get along without